Psalm chapter 143, 1 through 8. Spread out my hand to you, O Lord. I'm reading from King James. Woo!
Lexi.
Hey.
How you doing, girl?
One of the junior class kids. I'm so glad the storm was here. Storm came and we let them go 9:45, and principal said it's poured down rain. Most of the kids went to take the can for eating, having more fun. And you drove in the rain?
Yeah. Parents are always.
How many kids are in your car?
Oh, just need one.
Okay. The problem was, I said, this is my third time in Lafayette County. And the student, you know, Lafayette County students getting lower and lower, small number. But the dance floor, there was just, all the people was dancing all over the place. It's just wonderful. I got all the video, I could put it on YouTube. I'm glad all students are safe. No accident last night, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay, Psalm chapter 143. Chapter 143. 140. Start of the Psalm. Verse 1. Psalm of David, hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my supplication. In thy faithfulness, answer me in thy righteousness. And enter not into judgment with thy servant, for in thy sight shall no man be justified. For the enemy has persecuted my soul. He has smitten my life down to the ground. He has made me to dwell in the darkness as those that have been long dead. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I remember the days of old. I meditated on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hands. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsts after thee, as the thirsty land shall. Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit fails. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in thy morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. For I lift up my soul unto thee. Verse 8, one more time. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. For in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. For I lift up my soul. I lift up my soul unto thee. Let us pray. Dear Lord, we come to you once again as a prayer and supplication. As David cried out unto you, Lord, we cried out unto you. As David cried out in the darkness, we face the darkness. And let us call your name, Lord. And to show us the way. Give us a light to the step forward, the direction of what we should go, Lord. Yet so many people are suffering in the sickness. So many people are in the troubles. And we ask, why, Lord? Why we are in trouble? So this morning, Lord, help us understand. Help us be with you. So that we may see the way we should go. May feel the step forward from this point, Lord. Lord, help us to understand what is the purpose of this time. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Give me Jesus. That midnight is my cry. That it says. And that is the word from David. If you open the Psalm 143, go back to the 142. Is the prayer when he was in the cave. David spent so many days in the cave, hiding from the King Saul. And Psalm 142 starts like this. I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make supplication. I poured my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble. When my spirit overwhelmed with me, then thou knowest my path. In the way wherein I walked have people laid snare for me. I looked my right hand and beheld, there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No one cared for my soul. So continuous darkness in the cave. David cried out, Lord, why? The enemy is chasing. Why is the presence of the enemy still with me? We have to open the 1 Samuel chapter 24. First Samuel chapter 24, this is the passage of where the Saul looking for the David, his life. Because the popularity was gaining more toward David. For the Saul with the army chasing down the David. 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1. After Saul returned from the fighting the first time, he was told that David had gone into the wilderness of Edom. So Saul chose 3,000 elite troops from all Israel and went to search for David and his men near the rock of the wild goats. At the place where the road passes some sheepfold, Saul went into the cave to relieve himself. But as it happened, David and his men were hiding farther back in that very cave. Saul was looking for David, but Saul went into this cave not knowing David and his army was there. And verse 4, now's your opportunity, David's men whispered to him. This is a New Life Translation, so it's quite different, but it's more word than today's word. Today, Lord is telling you, I will suddenly put your enemy into your power to do with as you wish. So David crept forward and cut off a piece of hem of Saul's robe. All of David's army said, look, Saul came in to this cave, using the bathroom or whatever. He's by himself, no weapons. We can do whatever we want to do to him. Get rid of him. Verse 5 it said, but when David's conscience began bothering him because he had cut Saul's robe, the Lord knows I shouldn't have done that to my Lord the king. He said to his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this to my Lord the king, attack the Lord anointed one. For the Lord himself has chosen him. So David restrained his men and did not let him kill Saul. Instead that, after Saul had left the cave, gone to his way, David came out and shouted after him, my Lord the king. When the Saul looked around, David bowed down before him. Why? If the killer is right there, all the army beside David was saying, get rid of the trouble. But the David's thinking is quite different. And we need that. That's the reason I sang this song, Give Me Jesus. Enemy is here. Yes, enemy is all over the place. Inevitably, we are a much stressful world. So we have to deal with so much trouble, so much sickness all around the world. Now, if David's army kills Saul, there's 3,000 armies right behind him. And all against men, army against army. But what David's word? It says, Lord forbid I should do this to my Lord King, attack the Lord anointed one. For Lord himself has chosen him. I love the passage. It said David is looking up to relate what the Lord is planning on with Saul's life and David's life. It's always a triangle. God is there and myself. And whatever the trouble comes along. Too many times people are just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You think you get rid of the troubles? Back and forth, back and forth. Never go ask the higher authority. That will make a difference. My Lord King, David shouted. When the Saul looked around, David bowed low before him. Then he shouted to Saul, why do you listen to the people who say I am trying to harm you? This very day you can see with your own eyes it isn't true. For the Lord praise you at my mercy back there in the cave. Some of my men told me to kill you, but I spared you. For I said I will never harm the king. He is the Lord anointed one. Look, my father, and what I have in my hand. It is a piece of hem of your robe. I cut it off. But I didn't kill you. This proves that I am not trying to harm you. I have not sinned against you, even though I have been hunting for me to kill me. You have been hunting for me to kill me. It is not true. I'm not seeking your life. Why you try to kill? Why you killing is not answered. Verse 16, when David had finished speaking, Saul called back, "Is that really you, my son David?" Then he began to cry. Then Saul began to cry. And he said to David, "You are a better man than I am, for you have repaid me good for evil. Yes, you have been amazingly kind to me today. For when the Lord put me in the place when you could have killed me, you didn't do it. Who else would let his enemy get away? When he had him in his power, may the Lord reward you. Well, for kindness you have shown me today. And now realize you are surely going to be king, and that the kingdom of Israel will flourish under your rule. Now swear to me by the Lord, when that happens, you will not kill my family and destroy my line of descendant." So David promised this with Saul in oath. Then Saul went home, and David and his men went back to their stronghold. Saul went home, and David and his men went back to their stronghold. Seems like everything is settled. Because of the David saw this Lord provision, King Saul, look, I have opportunity, but I did not do it. And King Saul said, "You are the better man, because you paid me with good over evil." So everything settled, it's done, good. I wish it is. So we can move on. From chapter 24, go to chapter 26. This is the same King Saul. This is the same King David. So the Saul took 3,000 of the Israel every troop and went to hunt him down in the wilderness of Ziph. Oh, this is part 2. Verse 1, now some of the men of Ziph came to Saul and Gibeah to tell him, David is hiding on the hill of Hakila, which is overlooked Jeshimon. And Saul took 3,000 of Israel elite troops and he went to hunt him down in the wilderness. See, are we doing the same thing? Are we doing the same mistake? Why? Because they don't see the plan. That's the reason David is crying out. The enemy has persecuted my soul. He has smitten my life down to the ground. He has made me to dwell in the darkness. I'm get tired of hiding. I thought I settled when I've done a good deed. But he's doing the same thing. Why? David asked him, God, why let him do that? Why my life is still in fear and trouble? Have to stay in the cave all the time. Psalm 143 of Psalm. Verse 7. Hear me speedily, O Lord. My spirit fails. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit. Answer me, Lord. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. For in thee I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk. Lift up my soul unto thee, O Lord. Answer me, O Lord. Verse 8 was my text. The song it said, dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Give me Jesus. Amen. And the next verse, third verse is just about the break of day. Just about the break of day. Just about the break of day. Give me Jesus. David said, cause me to hear thy loving kindness. Let me hear you every morning, because the sun rises and the darkness will hide away because the sun rises. Let me hear your loving kindness, not the judgment, but let me see your work. So give me the reason to know the way I should walk. In the darkness, we cannot have any direction. But when you see the light, you can have direction. I still remember the sunrise service we had. Sun was rising. Not only that, when the horizon, when the sun comes up with the cloud, I can see the sun is moving, actually coming up. That excites me. Every time you see the sun, it just looks like it stopped in that place. But that moment right there was, it just, big red ball of sun was just coming up in the darkness. So we have direction. We have the cause to see where to step forward. I love the David's word. I lift up my soul unto thee. Let's talk about darkness. This is Luke chapter 24. And so Luke chapter 22. This is the Easter service all over again. The crucifixion. Roman soldiers arrested Jesus. So they arrested Jesus, led him to the high priest's home. And Peter followed at a distance. The guard lit the fire in the middle of the courtyard, sat around it, and Peter joined them there. Servant girl noticed him in the firelight and began staring at him. Finally, she said, "This man was one of Jesus' followers." But Peter denied the woman. He said, "I don't even know him." After a while, someone else looked at him and said, "You must be one of them." "Oh, no, man, I am not," Peter retorted. After an hour later, someone else insisted, "This must be one of them because he is Galilean too." It's the third time. But Peter said, "Man, I don't know where you're talking about." And immediately, while he was still speaking, loosed the crow. At that moment, Lord turned and looked at Peter. It was a distance, but Jesus heard what Peter's statement. Verse 61 said, "At that moment, Jesus turned and looked at Peter." Suddenly the Lord's words flashed through Peter's mind. "Before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even know me." Verse 62. And Peter left the courtyard, weeping bitterly. In the darkness, he cried. In the darkness, he cried. Let's go back, same chapter. Go back to about verse 31 or 33. Jesus' statement was verse 34. "Peter, let me tell you something. Before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even know me." Give me Jesus for the song. But Peter said, "I don't know Jesus. I don't know." Peter remembered the word of what Jesus said, "Before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times." I did exactly what the Lord said. But why Jesus looked at Peter? Why? The Bible said Jesus turned and looked back to Peter and didn't say a word, but looked at Peter. Reason is this, verse 31. "Simon, Simon, Satan has asked me to shift each of you like wheat. But I have pleaded in prayer for you, Simon, that your faith should not fail. So when you have repented and turned to me again, strengthen your brothers." Simon, Satan will shift you like a wheat in the summer wind. Go to the right, go to the left. All over the place, out of control. But Jesus said to Peter here, "I prayed for you. Your faith fail not." That's his prayer. Dark midnight was my cry. Yes, people cried a long time in the darkness. But just about the break of the day, he remembered the Jesus' word. Simon, I pray for you. Ever stand.